Alright, hopefully you guys, I'm going to show you some real easy ways to, as I've got listed up here, to make a histogram, how to make a table, standard deviation, mode, mean, and median. There's a lot of other ones we could find. If you know how to do these, then the other ones become real easy. The first thing, let's say that we've got this set of data here given to us: a 10, a 1, a 2, a 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 6, 6, 8, 1, 9, 1. So some simple things that we can do on Excel. I've started here listing these numbers over here: 10, 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, and then if you notice, the next number is a 6, 7, 6, 6, 8, 1, 9, 1. Now, I'm going to take this data and I'm going to go into our home feature, and there's this A to Z. It says, go over to the right, this is a sort and filter. At first you think it only does alphabetical, but here it says sort from smallest to largest. As soon as I click that button, bam, it's got it automatically in order here for me. Now the next thing we're going to learn how to do here is how to use Excel to calculate some data. Alright, so things that we wanted to find here was standard deviation, mode, mean, and median. So there's going to be some others that we could do, but these are going to be the ones I'm doing. I'm just going to type them in here real quick: standard deviation, mode, mean, median. Now, over here for the standard deviation, we go over here to formulas. Alright, we go into formulas, we go here to insert function. And right here, standard deviation, it's right there, it's the first one. I'm going to click on it, hit OK. Now I've got to tell it what I want the values to be. I'm telling it to use those numbers right there. Notice that it automatically inserts those numbers. I hit OK, and there's my standard deviation. To do the mode, I'm going to click right here, go back up to formulas. I'm going to click on mode. It's going to tell me again to pick my values. There's my values I wanted to use. I want to find the mode of that. Now, it said only one. What we're finding out here then is that there are more than one mode. We've got one, and there's also, or 3 1s, and there's 3 6s. So our mode in this case, I'm going to actually have to change. So I'm going to go up here and change it. I did this on purpose to show you that it's not always 100% foolproof, and I can't tell you why it's like that. Mean. Oh, I don't know if that. I'm gonna go to formulas. I don't think highlighting is gonna do me any good. I think I still have the mean is the average. I hit OK. I still have to go back. Crap. Let's hit cancel. Mean. I don't want to highlight it beforehand. I'm still learning as we go along myself here because it's been a while since I did this. So I clicked over here where I want the mean to be. There we go. Try this again. I clicked where I want the mean to be. There's average. I hit OK, and I tell it where I want the average to be, or take it of. And the average is 4.9 approximately. The median, I'm going to click here where I want the answer to be. There's the median. And I tell it what values to go with. Obviously there's some other ones in there. If we go to formulas, click on it. Oh shoot. Okay. I just messed that up, I believe. We're going to do it again here. I hit OK, and we're good to go. Now, there's also other ones that we could do. I'm going to click here. I don't even know what I'm going to pick yet. I'm just going to pick one just for the sake of putting it in here. There's sum, there's hyperlink, there's if, there's count, max. Maybe I want to know what the maximum number is. Alright, so I'm going to hit OK. It wants to know from what values. And we're thinking that the maximum value is 10. Hey, guess what? It then told me what the maximum number is. Likewise, I could also do minimum, and it would tell me that as well. But that's how you do this very simply. Now, some people may have noticed that when I hit this, never mind what I was going to say there. We'll just stick with it just like this. Let's go to our next thing now. Histogram. Now I've got some numbers over here, and we're going to change this. A histogram. All right. What I'm going to do here is we're going to set up our histogram by using the standard deviation. Alright, we're going to use our standard deviation. We'll make a histogram, which is basically a bar graph, but histograms are set up by standard deviation. So what I'm going to say here is every 2.9 I'm going to have a new bar graph. So my partitions are going to be A is going to go from 0 to 2.92. I don't really care about, because I don't have any decimals over here. Alright, so I can simplify this a little bit. My next one, I'm going to say goes from 3. I'm going to add 2.9 to that, so that would be all the way up to 5.9. So all I'm doing is taking my standard deviation and breaking it up into groups by the standard deviations. Now what comes right after 5.9? Well, 6 does. So I'm going to say from 6 all the way up to 8.9. And then my last standard deviation I need to use here would be from 9 all the way up to 11.9. Well, to finish out my histogram here now, how many numbers are between 0 and 2.9? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. There's 4 numbers then that are between there. How many numbers between 3 and 5.9, which means I'm not going to include a 6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 there again. How about between 6 and 8.9? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And between 9 and 11.9, there's 2. There's just 9 and 10. The nice thing about this is now I'm going to go over here to insert. I'm going to tell it to make a bar graph. I can click on chart title, and I don't know, let's say these right here were A's on tests. So there's my title. Alright. A's on, let's make this 9 weeks tests. And maybe the only thing I'm going to say here is, here we go. So here's my histogram. Notice that we've got this now. We've got this grouping along the bottom. It says from 0 to 2.9, from 3 to 5.9, from 6 to 8.9, and from 9 to 11.9. All right. Or maybe check that. I made this up. Let's just say it's grades on 9 weeks tests. And I keep changing this. The title's really not important. The fact of how we make the histogram is, I had 4 people that got an A. According to this, there were 4 people that got a B. There were 5 people that got a C, and there were 2 people that got a D on this test. So these were the grades on test. And this is how we make a histogram on here. All right. Questions? I hope not. If so, shoot me an email, ask me a question.